All right, let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. The Acolyte pitch meeting. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, all right. All right. All right. It's Ryan George, though, so it's going to be good.
So, you got some new Star Wars content for me? Yes, sir, I do. And in this one, we're going to be following OSHA. Amazing. Occupational safety is very important. Right, but also that's her name, and she's going to be falsely accused of a crime. What's the crime? Well, her sister May's going to have this big old fight against a Jedi named Indara, who I figure we could get Carrie-Anne Moss to play. Trinity? Oh boy, that'll be a big draw for the show. So what does she do? Aha, die immediately. Okay, well, I'm still going to pretend like she's a main character when we promote the show. Sounds like a good idea. So since
I hate when they do that. I hate when corps do that. They bring in the names and they kill them off right away so they don't have to pay anything. It's such a ploy. It is such a ploy. Like, in fact, when I started watching that begrudgingly because of Kristi, I've only watched 2 episodes. I couldn't get farther than 2 episodes of this, okay? All right? So for people that are like, you should watch exactly what Ryan George is talking about, I tried, and I cannot get through this. I watched 2 episodes. Kristi watched the rest on her own. I don't know, God bless her. I don't know how she did it. You know, like, I swear one time I was in the kitchen, I when I was up there, and I looked in the living room at her on the couch, and I swear I saw blood coming out of her eyes.
Since May and OSHA look exactly alike and everybody thinks May is dead, OSHA gets blamed. Was she nearby? Not even a little bit. She was off putting out space fires, but a bartender saw her, so... Space fires? Fires in space, that's right. So she gets arrested and put on a prisoner ship.
You never do fires in space. The #1 rule, man. You're going to lose all... It's a sci-fi audience, and you put fires in space, man. Everybody knows there's no fire in space. Only the cool-ass explosions, the only fires that the sci-fi community allow. You can only allow cool-ass explosions for but a brief moment in time, or slow-mo the shit out of it. That's the only fire that the sci-fi community ever accepts. If you're showing, like, sci-fi audience fire that exists as a repair on a ship for any amount of time, that's a no-no. That's a no-no.
Piloted by robots. They think she killed a Jedi, so they put her on an unmanned ship. That's what we're going with. So this ship ends up crashing, and then she reunites with her old Jedi Master Soul. Okay. And she explains to him, like, hey, I think my sister might be alive, but he's like, no, I watched her die. Yeah, sounds like there's some history between these two. Oh, there sure is, sir. That's the whole basis of the show, but to explain that, we're gonna have to go back 16 years. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, no, don't worry, I'll just tell you what happened. Okay, yeah, that's better for me. So OSHA and May were raised by a bunch of space witches, and May wants to become a space witch, but OSHA doesn't really wanna. There are career paths other than space witch, sure. So then they're having this big ceremony to become space witches, and they do this little chant. A chant? Yeah, they're like, the power of 1, the power of 2, the power of many. So anyway, then Soul and some other Jedi show up, and they maybe want to train these kids to become Jedi because they have a high M count. M count? You mean midichlorians? Well, yes, but people made fun of that, so now I'm scared to say it out loud. Fair enough. So they do some tests on these girls, but then this Padawan really wants to go home, so he rushes back to the temple confrontationally. That's his motivation. He wants to leave ASAP. He doesn't like the food he's currently eating, so he risks and ruins everything. Understandable, I guess. So what happens? Well, the Mother Witch turns into a big scary smoke monster, so Soul kills her with a lightsaber. Close one. Actually, no, he shouldn't have, because she's like, I was gonna let OSHA go become a Jedi. She probably shouldn't have changed into a scary monster then. Yeah, well, if there's no miscommunication in this show, then there is no show. Oh, interesting storytelling technique. So then all the witches get together and possess this Wookiee Jedi, but when Trinity breaks that possession, all the witches die. Why? Because I need all the witches to die. That works. And also May is mad that OSHA didn't want to become a space witch, so she starts a little fire and locks all the doors. Sounds like an OSHA violation for sure. Yeah, and this place is made of stone, so the fire spreads quickly. What? And then Soul finds himself in the situation where each sister is standing on a collapsing platform, and his force lift isn't strong enough for both platforms, so he just saves OSHA. Why not force lift the girls instead of the platforms they're on? Hey, shut up. And so that crazy night sets the stage for this whole story. Wow, well, that's gonna be a pretty intense show intro for sure. Oh, no, what I just described is a mystery spread out over multiple episodes. stretching things out is tight. Paradoxically, yes. So then what happens? Well, because of that night, 16 years later, May is killing the Jedi involved with that, and she's working with this guy, Chimere. Okay. And also there seems to be a Sith lurking around, but we don't know who he is. Is it Chimere? I mean, who else would it be? Yep, that's a good point. I'm still gonna drop it as a big reveal.
By the way, when going into the living room and seeing this particular part right here, I already knew this was the dude. I didn't even watch it after episode 2. I didn't even watch it. And I came in and Kristi's on more episodes and I'm watching this discussion with this dude and I'm like, there he is. I just knew it. I'm like, it was so obvious to me. And she, like, I'm calling it. I tell her, I'm like, this is going to be the dude. This is going to be the dude. And she's like, ugh. She's like, you always think you know everything, DG. You always think you know everything. And the best part was this. I remember walking in towards the end and this motherfucker is a Sith Lord and he's doing all these, fucking Jedi fucking tricks. And I was like, I just looked at her. I love that. I love when I'm right. I don't need to say anything. I just look at her. Just look at her deep into the recesses of her soul. She hates it when I'm right too. She won't give me the satisfaction of ever saying that I'm right though, but she knows. I was looking deep into the circles of her pupils, down deep into the recesses of her soul. I'm like, I got this. Told you. And this is how they write. Unfortunately, this is how they write. They're writing, like, okay, I understand the argument people have. Like, okay, Star Wars should be made for children too, and sometimes you got to deal with it. But also, like, don't make it that obvious. Like a 5 or 6-year-old could tell this guy was going to be the fucking Sith Lord. Like really. Like, don't make it that obvious. You know what I mean? Okay, granted, yes, Anakin, Darth Vader, all right, we get it. Okay, but, like, Darth fucking Vader, man. Like, not some drug lord that's some Sith guy that's pretending to be some drug guy on the corner. You know what I mean? Like, like you knew right away. There was no mystery.
Chimere. Okay. And also there seems to be a Sith lurking around, but we don't know who he is. Is it Chimere? I mean, who else would it be? Yep, that's a good point. I'm still going to drop it as a big reveal several episodes in, okay? Sure, sounds good. So this guy really wants May to kill a Jedi without using a weapon. How come? He thinks that would be a pretty cool little dark side challenge. That does sound pretty cool. Then one day he goes nuts and kills practically all the Jedi that Osha was rolling with. Oh my god. And in all that chaos, Osha and May switch places. Oh, they do? Yeah, and it looks like May is gonna stab Sol, but then she doesn't. Why not? Yeah, because she doesn't want it anymore, you know? Who's to say why characters do what they do? You. Can you imagine? That'd be nuts. Well, anyway, meanwhile, Osha is hanging out with Chimere the Sith. Hanging out? Yeah, she follows him around. He takes his clothes off, shows her his Sarlacc pit. Oh my god. So now that he murdered all her friends and flashed her his space junk, she's kind of into what he has to say about the dark side. Okay. But then she puts on his cool helmet and gets a vision of where May is. Oh, she does? Yeah, because the season's almost over and I need them to reunite, so she just has a vision of where to go next. Nice. So all the characters end up on that witchy planet where this whole thing started. It's like poetry, it rhymes. It's like poetry, it rhymes, that's right. So there's going to be a big showdown between Chimere and Sol, and then also between May and Osha. Very exciting. And then Osha's going to find out that Sol killed their mom, so she wants to kill him. Well, it's going to be tough for her to kill an experienced Jedi Master. Actually, it's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because now that she's angry, she can do dark side stuff, so she force chokes him to death. So he doesn't explain that her mom had turned into a scary smoke monster? No, because proper communication would get in the way of the story I'm trying to tell. Right, okay, keep going. So there's no Sol. Nope. And then also that guy died. What? So then what happens? Well, then Osha agrees to train with Chimere and let him show her the dark side. Oh, he flashes her again? No, like the dark side of the Force. Oh, okay. And then he wipes May's memory, which is a thing he can do. Why? So she can't remember. And then a green lady blames everything on Sol, and we're done. So what do you think? It's okay. I just feel like it's missing something. It is, isn't it? What key ingredient we missing here? Oh, I got it. You know what it is? We got to do that thing. You know that thing where we sprinkle in glimpses of established characters and selectively recycle content we own as if that were a way to sustain long-term engagement? Right, that's what it is. I'll toss a few cameos in at the end. Great, that'll keep the brand alive.
Yeah, no, this is the picture that's the most interesting thing to me. When Lucas signs over Star Wars to Disney, it was look at that face. Look at that face right there. Like, you know, that hurts. It probably felt good for a brief second, but then it hurts. It sets in, you know, like that's like selling your child. I don't think I could ever do that. That's like musicians that are selling their entire catalog to like Sony or something. Like, I just don't know how you could do that. I maybe you hit an age, right? Maybe you hit an age where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna cash in on it, and you're like, I'm gonna die soon, might as well. But like, I don't know, man. I don't think I could. Like, I don't think I could do it. Like, I don't think I could do it. But that's the face. That's the face. I did hear rumors that Lucas was thinking of buying it back. I really did. I don't know what's going to become of it, but yeah, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing what they did. It's a sad thing what Disney did to the entire franchise.
Hi, this is Ryan George from The Thing.
It's sad. It's sad. It's just sad.